Hello everybody. Today I'm doing a new video. I'm going to try to make these a little bit quicker, but we're going to make a petal and pollen solution. So what you want to do is you want to take your flowers and peel off all the petals, and then take some scissors and cut right across the top of the pollen right there, and you just kind of knock them in there. And yeah, that's pretty much how you do that. And then once you get that all done, I'll show you what to do after that. After that, you want to add, I'm going to add some water. I don't have a mortar or pestle, so I'm just going to take some of this water here, put it in here, and just use my scissors and just kind of like, go back and forth here. And it's a very long process, and I'll slowly grind up all these, and I'll slowly cut them, and the water helps, and I'll probably do that for a very long time, and I will let you know when that process is done. After that, as you can see here, pretty minced up fairly well, and you can see a lot of that pollen, and those pollen anthers are showing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix it in here so that way all the pollen dissolves. I'm going to add a little bit more water to this so that way it'll flow out into the Erlenmeyer flask easier. Well, that wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. Let's see here. There we go. I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'm going to spin it. There we go. Hopefully that's going to be enough to get it all. And I'm going to spin it in here. Alright, now I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to pour it in here. Then I'm going to try and squeeze this stuff out from the petals. And there goes the string bar. Anyway, I'm going to squeeze out all the petals, but as you can see right here, like, oh no, that's not going to show up. But it's already, a lot of this stuff is already precipitated out, so I'm just going to try and squeeze out as much as possible now. As you can tell, look how colored that is. Now I'm going to filter out some of the smaller stuff here in this filter paper. Even though, well, I should probably rinse this out first and get all the other petals out. Okay, and this is going to take out most of the pollen, so I'm going to do this quick as possible. And I'm going to save this filter paper because it's got, like I said, the pollen on it, so I'll let you know when it's done. Alright, once the solution is separated, you can see here that it's all separated, and you can't really tell because of the camera, but there is pollen that settled at the bottom, and we're going to use our centrifuge and we're going to separate that out. How it's going to work is we have these 20mm tubes. That one's still kind of wet. And we're going to take this syringe, which goes up to 10mm, and we're going to put 10 in at a time, because that way it's all balanced and everything, because you always want to make sure that your centrifuge is balanced. And then I'm going to go back and try and extract more pollen from this. It'll be more of a concentrated solution, so as a quick demonstration, because I'm going to have to do, that was pressurized, I'm going to have to do all of them this way, is I'm going to take it here and draw up 10. As you can see, filled all the way up to the 10 milliliter mark. And now I'm going to fill these up by just, really simple. Just put it in there, put the cap on, and put it back in there. So I'm going to fill up the rest now. So the samples have just been finished spinning. I went ahead and emptied out the old petals and others. I don't really know what to call it, but I put it in here, and we're going to extract some more of the liquid. I ran it about 5 minutes on 2,000 rotations per minute, and then I bumped it up to 2,500 RPMs after halfway through. So let's see if anything precipitated out. Looks like nothing happened for this one, which means there was no pollen in there. Interesting. So that means we just got dye then. Here, same thing happened. Same thing happened with here. Oh, there's a little pollen in there, so I'm going to extract that and put that in here, in this one. Not the pollen, but the liquid, because I'm not going to mix it. That's just pure dye then. I'm not sure how to get that out. Alright, anyway, well that's not going to come out. So, yeah, that means this solution technically is pollen free. From what I can tell. There was a little bit in here, but there's not enough for me to try and extract. And nothing in here. Okay, cool. So, what I'm going to do now is squeeze this and get the pollen out now, and I'm going to stir it as well. So I'm going to empty this out in here and measure that out, measure the stuff I get from this out, and put it back into the centrifuge. So it's been stirring for a while now, and I'm going to stop it and extract the liquid. I'm going to use a coffee filter and filter it into this. Hold up. I just rinsed that one out. I'm going to put it in there, and yeah. I mean, this filtering process isn't that good because pollen doesn't go through filter paper, but I don't know how else to get rid of those big particles that aren't the pollen out first, as you can see. But hopefully it dissolved in there. I don't know, we'll see. We'll play around with it. So, looking at the filter paper, there wasn't a whole lot of pollen left over in the actual paper itself, which leads me to believe that there wasn't actually a lot of pollen to begin with, which is fine, but this solution is much darker than this one. Okay, so I'm going to spin this one, hoping that there might be some pollen in there. If there is, it's probably not enough to put in one of these things, even though these things are small. These are 10 milliliter bottles, so I'm going to just probably do 2 of these, hopefully. I don't know how much is in there. Roughly 25, so 25 milliliters, so maybe 2 of these will be fine. If 2 of these. Okay, how much should we draw up here? Okay, so, oh. So there's enough for 2 of these. So that's good. And we're gonna put that in the centrifuge, and I'll let you know how that turns out later. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Probably just put it back in here. Alright, so I ran it in there for about 2 minutes at 3,500 RPMs. So I'm interested to see if anything happened. And indeed, there was pollen in there. So I don't know if I can try and extract it, but I will try. I'm gonna put, this is clean. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put the supernatant is what the non-liquid part is, and I'm gonna try and put the pellet in there as much as possible. Well, very, very, very little. I'm just gonna like 1 drop. All that for just a single drop. And it's suspended in there. I mean, you can tell. So I'll put up a picture of what it looks like under a microscope because I have one. And this one also has a pellet in there, so I'm also going to do that really quick as well. But it'll be good enough to just, you know, have a picture of it and just to see what it looks like, at least. Oh, by the way, the petal pieces have completely lost their color, which is really crazy from all the mixing. So I'm going to shake this, try and dissolve it back into a little bit of liquid. Just going to take a little bit. so I can get the most out of it. I'm going to pour it into here. Alright. And, well, I guess that's pretty much it for this video. I will, oh yeah, let's compare these really quick. You can see there's a huge color difference. One is like clear, the other one's not. So I'm going to keep this in a vial. And just for comparison, I did the same process for dandelion leaves. And this is what I got. So extremely dark, not as dark as this. So I just wanted to put that up there for comparison, but let's see if I can. I don't need a lot, just need a little bit. And I don't know if I should keep the petal water or if I could have made it a whole lot darker if I used a higher concentration, like I didn't. Like it would have been higher. It would have been darker if I didn't use so much water. That's what I'm trying to say. So these are the two dandelions right here, and what we just did from a cherry tree in my front lawn. So massive difference, but it's still got color in it. So I'm gonna keep that, and yeah, I guess I'll just show you the pollen slide after this. So yeah.